We often see companies announce record profits after streamlining their operations. This process, often called becoming lean, is widely seen as a way to build a more robust business. However, this same drive for efficiency can, counterintuitively, make an organization much more fragile. When an unexpected event occurs, even a small one, a system that has been highly optimized for a specific set of conditions can break down entirely. This is not an accident. It is a direct consequence of a certain approach to organizational design. To understand why this happens, it is helpful to first look at the structure of a traditional organization. Many organizations are designed from the ground up to operate in predictable ways. They manage complexity by using detailed, prescriptive plans and maintaining centralized control over their processes. The goal is to ensure consistent, repeatable outcomes. This traditional model, often described as bureaucratic, is characterized by its rigid hierarchies and deep specialization among its employees. It is a design intended to create and maintain a lasting competitive advantage, but it assumes a stable and predictable environment. The primary goal of this model is to create a stable system, a system that can perform its designated tasks with maximum efficiency and with minimal deviation from the original plan. However, this intense focus on maximizing efficiency introduces a significant vulnerability, one that is often overlooked. This process generally follows a clear pattern. It starts with a constant pressure to achieve maximum efficiency. This pressure, in turn, leads to the systematic elimination of anything that looks like waste. This could be spare capacity, overlapping job responsibilities, or any kind of buffer within the system. Once these buffers are removed, the different parts of the organization become what is known as tightly coupled. What this means is that each component becomes completely dependent on all the others functioning perfectly. There's simply no room left for error or delay. In such a tightly coupled state, a single localized disruption can no longer be contained or absorbed. Instead, the failure cascades through the system, spreading from one component to the next. This can quickly lead to a widespread, system-level breakdown. There is, however, an alternative model for organizations. This model prioritizes adaptability over static, predictable efficiency. This alternative approach is often referred to as business agility. Business agility is the ability of an organization to adapt rapidly and effectively to changes in the market or its broader environment. This agility is really an outcome of a more fundamental quality: organizational resilience. Resilience is the capacity to withstand disruptions and continue to function. This can happen either by enduring the shock or by adapting to a new way of working altogether. In an adaptive organization, for example, individual roles tend to be more fluid, and responsibilities are not rigidly set in stone. Key decisions are often made collaboratively as the need arises. Knowledge and authority are also more distributed throughout the enterprise. This kind of structure makes the entire system more capable of adapting, even if a single key component is lost. Such organizations are sometimes described as operating at the edge of chaos. This refers to a state that is carefully balanced between rigid, predictable order on one side and complete randomness on the other. It is in this dynamic space that innovation and successful adaptation often emerge. So, when we look at these two models side by side, we see a fundamental trade-off that lies at the very core of organizational design. On one hand, an organization can be optimized for stability. This approach maximizes efficiency and performance, but it works best in a predictable environment. On the other hand, an organization can be built for change. This approach uses slack and redundancy to absorb shocks, ensuring survival in a more volatile, unpredictable world. The pursuit of maximum efficiency often comes at the cost of resilience. That is because it actively removes the very buffers that allow a system to absorb shocks. And conversely, building resilience into an organization often requires accepting a degree of what, in a perfectly stable environment, would look like inefficiency. Ultimately, the structure of any organization reflects a fundamental choice. It is a choice between maximizing performance for a predictable present or ensuring survival in an unpredictable future.